Double R Flo-Town. I don't even know how many episodes we've done, but this train is moving.
We had a big party at episode 12, right? I think it was 12.
And we need your camera back on you, Iz.
Yeah, get the camera back on you. Anyway, we had a big party with episode 8, and we've promised to have another big party at 50. So I think we're in like number 20-ish. So you got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Today is a big day.
Yes.
We have got Melanie Turner on our podcast. Robert, tell us about Melanie.
So Melanie, we were talking earlier and we're kind of trying to figure out what your title is. The only thing I can really come up with is our boss, basically. I feel like we meet and you just kind of lead it and it's awesome. And you just kind of say, all right, guys, here's what we need to do. And you make us feel like we're making some decisions, but we're really not, because you've got this figured out.
She's the brains behind it. So we got a little birdie a month and a half or so ago that Melanie, you had an opportunity to join a new venture, and we gave you a call.
When I heard that, when that little birdie said that, I'm like, I said, Reeves, guess what? Reeves said, set that meeting up this week.
Yes.
And it's just all coming together beautifully.
So Melanie, if you will, just tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of your background, and then we can get into what you're going to be doing for Robert and me. And so tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, thank you. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here and to be a part of this, because you guys are so fun. Y'all
you don't know us yet.
Yeah. Well, I think you're fun. We're going to call it fun.
That's right.
That's what we are calling it.
We're having fun,
We're
guys.
having fun. Okay.
We are having fun.
So I have been living in Florence for the last 25 years, which is pretty much as long as I've been married. We've been married 24. But I did move to Florence before William and I got married and worked here. We actually used to work together at State Farm Insurance. That's how we met. I was working in Charleston, and he was working in Florence. And we actually met in Columbia at a day at the Capitol. It's just kind of crazy. But anyway, I ultimately chose to move to Florence. They would have moved him to Charleston, but Florence was closer to my home, which was the Lugoff Camden area. And then, of course, his family was here. So I have made Florence my home in the last 25 years. And
awesome.
It's been wonderful.
You married a good man.
I did.
He's awesome.
He is. William is great. And he loves Florence. You want to talk about a Florence man? He was born in Orangeburg, but he lived here his entire life.
I went to church with him growing up.
Yeah. And so when we met, he told me, he said, I'm gonna live and die here.
Wow.
And he means it. I'm telling you.
That's
what we need.
I mean, that really is what we need. And you and I have that same conviction. And you, like you said, Melanie, you have made Florence your home the last 25 years. And you and William have 3 beautiful kids.
We do.
You're raising those kids.
We have 2 adult children now. One's 20, our boys are 20 and 18, and then we have a 13-year-old daughter as well. And this is their home, and they love it. And they're very proud of this to be their home.
Sounds like 2 of them are heading to Charleston. One's in Charleston.
Yes, so
one's
we
headed
have some
to Charleston.
Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Yes, our oldest is a sophomore. He's about to be a junior as of this weekend at the Citadel. And we've got a Knob coming in as well to be a Citadel cadet. So very excited about that. But a little bit of background about me, just professionally, I guess. So or not really professionally, but just my background. I graduated from the College of Charleston, and I majored in corporate communication and focused on marketing and advertising and journalism, human resources, that type of thing, and then minored in business. So I would have majored in both, but I didn't want to take policy and finance. I'm being very honest. I don't like numbers. So I didn't double major, but that's my background. And I've worked in different areas. I've worked in insurance. I've worked in law. And over time, I've had just different jobs. But my biggest job has been raising my kiddos and working from home periodically. And I've had several different jobs and opportunities to work from home over the last 20 years. And those opportunities are what I feel like has really prepared me to do what we all are getting ready to do.
Awesome. Yeah. Which is fully take over the market.
Well, let's talk about what we're getting ready to do, because, again, we were super excited when we found out that there was this opportunity for you to join our team. Robert and I have been talking for quite a while about how we can continue to build the business and develop Greystone. And
you were a missing link we needed.
Yeah. And so you're going to, help us with client relationships. You're going to help us with some office management's not even the right word because
We are
it's
struggling with
so,
words and titles. It's okay.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
You're just like Robert, I guess you said it at the beginning. You're going to tell us what to do and we're going to do it.
That's right.
I mean, we really have that much respect
Yeah.
and excitement for
Thank
what
you.
you've been doing and how you're going to bring that to the Greystone team and specifically to Robert and I. And so just talk a little bit about what your vision is for how you're going to come alongside and help Robert and me.
Well, I mean, obviously, we're going to kind of take this as we go, which I feel like we've already done a good job of that so far. Of coming up, I love it when you guys kind of give me an idea and say, okay, this is kind of what I'm thinking. What do you think? And then it gives me some background. It gives me a little bit to go off of. And then I present to you what I think is, trying to get inside of your heads.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is hard. And then just feeding off of each other and, something needs to be tweaked. And then also just, I've paid attention to some of the, just the marketing and business things and business models that you have. And I do see areas where we can certainly grow in those areas and make them even better. I think they're great and y'all are doing a fantastic job. You're very well respected in the community. And so I just think I can honestly enhance what you've already built.
Yeah.
And that's what I look forward to doing.
Robert, I think what makes a great team is a shared common goal, shared common identity, but diverse personality and perspectives. And Melanie, I think that's exactly what you're going to bring to the team. And so Robert and I are just tickled pink to have you and to begin this venture. We're so excited that you're with us.
So we were taking pictures right before this.
Yes.
And when we were taking that picture together, standing downtown, I just fully had this feeling of this is the round out and something big is coming with this. It just felt like a power team to me. So
Well, that's exciting.
yeah.
And I agree. And I'm going to tell you, I love people. I have a lot of relationships in the
Yes.
community just because I have lived here 25 years. And like you said, my husband's very integrated in this town because this is literally where he has lived his entire life. And so we know a lot of people. And I do love helping people. And
that's what it's all about.
yeah. And so, you guys obviously are the drivers behind everything. But I really do look forward to working along with you, working with people, and just helping people, especially in this market. Moving is a big deal. I've done it several times in my life. It's a big deal. And people want to definitely feel special, and they want to feel like you really care about them. And that is where I kind of feel like you guys can be really strong at.
In my mind, we're about to do something different, special. What we're doing at Greystone is a different client experience than I think you're going to get anywhere else. We've been working on that. Melanie's about to take that to the level we want to go with it.
Well, exactly. I mean, we've always understood this business is a relational business.
Yes.
And it's why we talk about Florence being home. It's why our clients matter so much to us. It goes far, far beyond selling something to someone. It's serving them and connecting relationally. And talk a little bit about that if you can.
Well, I just think it's important for people to feel important, and it can get very transactional in real estate, in any business, honestly. So it's just a matter of your intention with people and being purposeful. And yes, in the past 20 years, I have had a lot of experience in working with people and teams and, just spending time with people and learning how people they want to be treated, right? We all want to feel special. Yeah. And it can be really easy to just kind of overlook that sometimes. And so I think it's important to do what you guys are doing and saying, hey, we want to be different, and we want to make sure that our clients know they're not just a client, they're not just a number, that we want to help them on every level that we can, and we want to help them get integrated into the community.
Exactly.
Listening, I think, is the first. We have to listen well. We have to have a heart of service. And you're just going to really help us enhance that whole experience.
Like what we did. So this weekend, you helped me put together a nice package for a client that's not, we don't even have the listing yet. It's just kind of in the works, but I was able to write them a really nice card and a nice little gift just to say thank you for letting us potentially help you. And it just felt good.
Right. And when you asked me to do that, I thought that was amazing. I mean, you're nowhere near the closing table, and you're already wanting these people to know that you appreciate them considering you and using you, and that you're setting the table, you're setting the stage, I guess I should say, for the rest of the transaction. And I think that goes a long way in this industry.
Totally agree. It's gonna be powerful, I believe.
Yeah.
Off to the races. Let's do it.
Yeah. Exciting.
Well, you've told us that you don't love being on this side of the camera.
I don't.
So, first of all, thank you for obliging us and introducing yourself to the team. And we're not going to make you do it too often, but every now and then, we're going to have you here so we can just talk about what's going on with the team. And certainly as we engage with clients who are buying and selling real estate, you'll be a part of that process to the degree that it makes sense for the whole team. But we're just excited to have you, and looking forward to where this thing's going to go from here.
It's going to be fun.
Thank you. It is going to be fun. I'm excited, and thank you too.
Thank you. All right, it's time for a Riverland Property Management update. Brother Chris, this baby is growing.
We're rolling. So starting June 1st, we'll be back up to 200 units already.
200.
Which is great, and the team is growing, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also starting June 1st,
So we've hired our first full-time.
That's right. Yeah.
And she's a rock star.
She's an absolute rock star. She's been in this business for a long, long time. We're
Yeah.
really, really lucky to have her. We're really excited.
I mean, the property management thing is just taken off. You started by saying Brother Chris, but I think we need to call Chris our daddy now.
Yeah.
Because he is
I'm honestly super
taking over,
excited.
my man.
Yeah, I mean, there was such a need, and it's cool to see it grow this quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tell to just the need, like you said. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we're lacking in just the city especially, in just good quality property management that really is up to date and modern, like we've talked about a million times already, but, just really with the times as far as technology goes,
And we care about these people. That's
It goes
the
back,
difference.
Robert, to what we were talking about with Melanie.
Yeah.
It's client focused. It's great technology. And it's just being a friendly face when the tenant comes in and pays the mortgage, and engaging in a conversation with them because they matter.
The rent. Yeah, I love these tenants that are coming in. They're all really nice.
Yeah, and then you do that the same with the property owner, and you serve them well. It's not about us, it's about serving other people, and you're doing a great job.
You're doing awesome, dude.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I mean, it's really streamlined on both ends. I mean, it's a lot easier to have happy tenants and deal with happy tenants than angry tenants. It
Exactly.
makes my life easier, their life easier, the owner's life easier. If we can get both sides as streamlined as possible when it comes to payments, maintenance, everything, everybody's happy.
I love our system. We have got a great system.
Yeah.
How about just tell the people so property owner A comes in, they sign up with us. Take us through that process to get a tenant in, the technology we use, maybe some of the things that
We can't disclose all of the secrets,
Oh,
Reeves.
are we not allowed to?
No,
Yeah, I
we
mean,
can-
we won't say everything, but what I will say is we make it as easy as possible for the owner to transition. So really, I mean, if we're dealing with another brokerage or another property management company, that's between me and them. I can get everything I need from them. The owner really can just kind of sign the paperwork with us and sit back and just know I'll take care of it.
Yep.
It's not a whole lot to it really that I need, from the owner.
But then there's also a technological advantage that we have with the tenant and how they are going into the property and being able to sign leases and those types of things.
It's automated. They're not
Yeah.
waiting on somebody to
And-
call them back.
Well, and the other thing is we can get tenants onboarded without them having to come to the office.
Right.
I mean, we've done literally hundreds of tenants we've onboarded now, and maybe about 15% of those actually had to come into the office, and it was really just by their choice because they don't have a computer or they didn't want to or didn't really just thought it'd be easier to swing by.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, we can totally onboard people virtually now.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
it's no big hassle. It's no big problem, whether they're using Appfolio or Buildium or they're using it all on paper, the other company. I mean, really, it's mostly between me and the tenants, just getting them set up. So it's not a big deal, really.
Go ahead, Robert.
I love how you were saying earlier you were driving, I think maybe even here or somewhere, and like somebody was waving at you, like, "Hey, Chris."
Yeah. I mean, like
kind of
that's-
famous.
Well, that's a sign of having a happy time. I'd rather have someone flag me down in the morning and say
trying to
hello
T-bone you.
rather than T-bone me or stick a middle finger out the window. I mean, it could go either way. So
There's your
you know,
sign on how you're doing.
Yeah, that was a sign I'm doing well with.
Yeah,
with
that's
the tenants,
awesome.
You know,
That's awesome.
Well, and again, earlier in the podcast, we had Melody on, and she's going to be a huge asset to Robert and me in helping us with things. You've hired someone as well who's got a lot of experience in this.
yeah,
property
We're
management.
attracting talented people, which kind of in my mind confirms what we're doing. Like when you're doing the right things, you start attracting the right people, and that's happening.
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, she's a lot smarter than me. She's been in this business longer than me. I mean, she knows
She knows it.
She knows a lot more. I'm going to learn a lot from her,
Yeah.
really. So that's, I mean, such a blessing. But no, I'm so excited to get rolling. It's going to just really help us to grow even more and just really just get our systems down even better.
I think
you
that's
know?
why people are attracted to us because, for one, our office is fun. It's not stuffy, and we're not like, we know more than you and this is how it's going to be. We like to learn. I mean, we
Yeah.
want our people that are working with us in a way to feel like they're kind of running the show.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing about that is, obviously every industry is always changing, but especially anything where there's a lot of technology involved. Any
Yeah.
management, any remote management, I mean, there's a lot of technology involved. I mean, when I go to these conferences, these national conferences or state conferences, there's guys who've been going 20 years. Like, well, why would you keep going after 20 years being in this business? You would think you know it all. Well, those guys still are eager to learn and improve because everything's always changing. You gotta stay
Yeah.
trying to improve, otherwise you're gonna fall behind. I mean, it just
The last huge conference you went to was in Orlando, I think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you learned a lot.
yeah. And I couldn't make it. There was just a owner broker conference in Louisiana. I couldn't make it a couple weeks ago, but I had a buddy who went and was telling me a lot about it. And I mean, it's
I want to go to the next one.
yeah, these conferences,
Yeah.
they're great to go to. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I mean, there's from all over the country, and there's no secrets in this business. Like, it's such a localized business.
Yeah.
A guy from Orlando or Louisiana or California has no problem telling me exactly how he does everything, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and the same with me to him because we're not competing with one another.
Right.
I mean, it's a very localized business.
Yeah. You said something, though, just a second ago that's so key to all of life. It's really a principle. When I was doing marriage and family counseling, I talked to couples about in their marriage. But if you're not moving forward, you're falling behind.
Yeah.
We've got to be continual learners. And that's really the thing you've brought to the game with Riverland Property Management
Yeah.
is just continuing to learn.
Yeah, I mean, you look, and you're never going to 100% be an expert because technology changes, softwares change, our culture changes, how
Yeah.
people want to do things, I mean, it's,
But we're going to stay nimble and
yeah.
grow the way we need to.
And it's fun. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
an incredibly boring thing to, hey, we've mastered this and now we just kind of do our same thing every single day. I mean, that would be an incredibly boring way
True.
to run a business. Anyway.
Well, it's really one of our core
know.
values is,
Yeah.
of our businesses is that we are constant learners. We're
Yeah.
constantly looking at what we don't know and how we can learn it and implement it for our clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, there's just always ways to improve, even with little things. I mean, even with showing property and what's working, what's not. I mean, there's always different ways to improve,
Yeah.
even outside of technology.
I'm so excited about Riverland. It really is a special business. And I'm wondering when we're going to get some hats and some shirts.
That's his.
We need to get some polos. Is what
We
we need. We
need-
need to get some polos.
We need some Peter Millars.
We do.
Robert, that is your job.
Yeah.
Chris and I have other things. You
Okay,
gotta
will you just let me go
Free
get the
reign.
hats?
Just
Go do it.
I'll give you a check.
I'll go
from
today.
go
checkbook.
Oh,
There
I'm
we
going
go.
today.
There
Chris
we
is
go.
going to even give
There
up
we
some
go. I'll
money.
give you.
How is
We
that?
got a blank check for you,
Hey,
bud. For
we-
Peter Millar.
He hadn't bought me lunch
We
lately.
can do it. We can do
Yeah.
it.
And we got this on video.
Yeah.
Man.
The hats and shirts are coming.
Well, Daddy Chris,
Yeah.
thanks for coming in.
Keep
You're welcome.
rocking,
You're welcome.
dude.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Keep rocking.
Yeah, I'll stay out of jail.
Great job.
Alrighty.
Reeves, Melanie Turner, Chris Langmo. We've got some awesome people in our life.
Well, we've been very
More than that, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean the whole team, and just I was talking to somebody. I think this past weekend or something. It was because I was reminded that this was my 3-year anniversary, and I think
I saw that.
I think a lot of people think that we've known each other for forever.
Yeah.
and the reality is,
I've known your brother for
you've
forever.
known my brother forever. We didn't really know each other 3 years ago.
True. That's crazy.
When I made this step into real estate, I had 3 different people, independent of each other, say, Robert and Kevin are your guys, call them. And so, as they say, the rest is history.
Yeah.
But looking back 3 years and now looking at, God brought Chris into our life,
Yeah.
Melanie, and just the vision we have for where we want to go is super exciting. And something you always say, Robert, is we're not doing this for us. God's got a greater purpose for us in this. And, I think we really believe that, and we're just trying to walk in it.
Yeah, he's putting the right people in our path. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, big picture real estate, feel like it's probably time to give a little update.
Yeah.
We're in the spring market, and it's not springing quite like it should.
It has been an interesting year, I would say. You and I talk about it often. And, as soon as the calendar turned, it kind of picked up a fair amount.
It did.
And then it got cold, and the market got cold. And then mid-February, it picked up, and it was moving pretty good. But then we did whatever we did in the Middle East, and interest rates ticked up, gases ticked up. And you and I have been talking to a lot of different people who are in the industry, whether it's loan officers,
That's the interesting one, Reeves. The loan officers are now just telling us their pipelines are really slowing down. That is the most interesting indicator I've heard lately.
Well, they are the first line of a long line. You can talk to a loan officer, you can talk to real estate agents, you can talk to closing attorneys, you can talk to home inspectors. They all give you a different parameter of.
They're in different spots of the pipeline.
They're in different spots of the pipeline, but those loan officers are the first. And 2 of them that I've talked to just this week have said, yeah, the leads have kind of dried up. So it's going to be really interesting. If we can button up whatever we're doing in the Middle East, I think that there's some opportunity with Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, leaving. There's some good potential for the back half of this year to be good, but there's just as much potential for it to be a desert.
Well, the economist that spoke at the airport event that you went to,
Yeah.
that is a big picture thought for South Carolina. Explain that a little bit.
Well, if folks are fans of the podcast, and if they're watching this or listening to this, they must be. They know we had Brad Beatles on, who's the director of the airport. You and I were invited to a kind of a state of the airport luncheon that following Monday. You weren't able to go, but I went, and they had an economist from USC who came and spoke.
Darla Moore, School of Business. Darla, we need you on here.
Yep, it's going to happen. He spoke, and he said, Guys, this is why Florence specifically is such a strategic location. If you put a dot, first of all, everybody's moving to the southeast. They expect between now and 2050, more than 10 million people to migrate to the southeast.
I thought everybody had already moved here. I guess they're still coming.
They're coming. South Carolina is the fastest growing state, fastest growing state in the country.
Yeah.
And Florence is just prime for growth because we still have better affordability than any other metro area in the state, as well as we have expansive industrial opportunities. And so
when you put that dot on the map, we're at the center, and then they say, how many people can you get to driving from 8 hours from that dot? You can get to 77 million people from the Florence dot.
From the Florence dot. You can
77 million.
77 million people you can drive 8 hours in any direction and get.
Because you can get to Charlotte, you can get to Atlanta, you can get to Greenville, you can get to Charleston,
You
Raleigh.
can get to D.C.
Yes, you can.
I mean, I don't know if D.C. is the South, but you can get there.
Yeah.
Much more so than if you put that dot in Florida. Or even if you put that dot in Georgia, you can't get to as many people as if you put that dot in Florence. Which is why there is so much opportunity if we can get the infrastructure. And we're going to need the federal government and the state government to get on board with what we're doing at the airport. But there is just expansive industrial opportunity that will bring so much growth, so much economic viability to Florence specifically. So even when maybe the rest of the country is struggling a little bit,
We should still be growing.
yes.
But let's talk about a few things here, Reeves, because, and I don't want to be negative, I really don't, but if you don't talk about stuff, nothing happens. So I don't want people to think, man, Robert's going negative and all he wants to be is negative. No, I want to open up conversation.
Okay.
All right, so the airport, let's finish that out. The airport has got to get federal money for this to happen. I talked to a buddy that works for the railroad. He listened to the last episode. He said, Robert, the railroad's not coming in there without some major dollars.
Yeah.
So let's get those dollars because that's going to be worth it. That's starting to get some coverage. All right, now, driving through Florence, let's take 5 Points. That's the center of this town, okay? You're not from here, you're looking to put your industry here, and you're driving through town and you're at 5 Points. 5 Points looks horrible.
Yeah.
It looks like, wires everywhere, no landscaping. It's the Mecca center. We got to beautify that. We got to put the lever pole stoplights and some landscaping.
We need visionary leadership. And it takes money, and it takes infrastructure, it takes vision. I'll be honest, my dad came up to me at church Sunday. Now, my dad has been in Florence his whole life, grew up on Wisteria.
Yeah.
His parents bought a house in 1950 on Wisteria. And he said, Reeves, do we really want to grow? And it's that pathetic question, which is just an absolute pathetic question. Yes, we want to grow.
The right way.
The right way.
And I think that's what he meant, Reeves. I really do.
No, I'm not mad. He asked the right question. He was asking a great question. I'm not condemning him in any way.
Yeah.
But there's been an attitude of we don't want to grow. And it goes back to what we said with Chris just a few minutes ago. If you're not moving forward, you're falling behind.
And I think what those people that said, do we want to grow, what they really mean is, do we want to grow the right way? Because there's a wrong way to grow. And honestly, we're doing a little bit of that.
Well, and that's where the conversation went with my dad on Sunday and it's a national conversation as well as a local conversation. If you open the floodgates and let anyone who wants to come in, then they take over a culture. If you appropriately open the floodgates and allow people to come in at the right pace, they assimilate into a culture. And that's what we need. And that's what I appreciate about Florence and this Southern charm. We don't want our culture to be overtaken, but we do want more people coming in, and we want them to assimilate into this culture. And look, It's not a science, it's an art. It's
Yeah.
not easy to do, but we need political leaders who are going to make sure that we get the right infrastructure in place so that we can handle this growth.
And attract the right people. How do you attract the right people? It's not by 5 points looking like 80 years ago. It looks worse than 80 years ago, really. I mean, we got to make this city look more attractive. The way we can do it is through landscaping.
Beautification.
We've got to do some landscaping. Well, I know we're not going to go tear down every bad-looking building and redo that, but we can come up with a serious plan of landscaping. And, all right, 5 points. Let's go back to 5 points. Take those old, nasty-looking stoplights out, put the cantilevered, good-looking lights, little bit of landscaping. That place, it feels completely different. Are you so, all right, why aren't we doing that? Can we not afford that?
Well, I think it's both affordability as well as visionary leadership and just being able to think outside the box and think more than, 2 minutes down the road. And, I had an interesting experience this week, and I get a phone call in the middle of last week, and it's from a guy from Yonkers, New York, which is a suburb of New York City. He is a Manhattan city cop. He was shot 3 times. He's 45 years old, and he's on disability.
He's ready to move from
and he's
there.
ready to move from there.
And he's looking at the southeast.
He's looking at the southeast, and he sees a condo I've got listed for $114,000. He says, "I'm getting on a plane. I'm coming to see you."
And he did it.
He did it. He flew out of Manhattan Saturday morning. He was here by 1 o'clock. He drives in, and it's kind of shocking how amazed he was at this $114,000 condo when he got inside. But outside,
because he was like, wow, that's a deal.
he said this would be $750,000 in
Right.
the city.
Yeah.
But outside, he said, "I can't move here. I've got a 20-year-old daughter, and I see what's out there, and I can't move here." And I talked to him about it. He said, "All right, I'm going to give you a chance." He said, "I'm in a rental car. I got 15 hours till my flight leaves. I'm going to go drive around the city." He said, "I'm going to go check out Walmart first, and I'm going to go check out the city, and I'll give you a call Sunday morning." I sent him a text Sunday morning, and this is a guy who I had a good connection with. He and I are buddies now, but you know what happened?
When he went to look around to see if this place would work for him,
He ain't buying here. So a dude from New York City, Manhattan, who's been shot 3 times, who's seen the worst of the worst, is not coming here because what he observed on his own time when he investigated us said, "This ain't the place for me."
he didn't want to get shot 3 more times.
Apparently not.
Well, hey, that's why I feel like we have to start talking about these things, Reeves. I mean, we're as positive as you can get on this town, but we also got to be real.
Well, we love Florence. Florence is home. People hear us say it all the time, but we got to take care of what we got to take care of.
So we got to open up some conversations.
Yeah.
They got to be opened up, and we got to talk about them because that's the only way to progress to some solutions.
And you may get mad at me for saying this, but I just want to close this piece with saying, but this isn't a unique to Florence problem.
Yeah, that's true.
It exists in every municipality out there.
Yeah.
But let's work hard here. We can't control, and we don't want to control anybody else, other cities, but we want to do the best we can here. And so let's acknowledge that this isn't a unique to Florence problem, but it is an issue that we can do better with.
Definitely. There's a lot of room to do better. Let's make Florence look better. We've got good people here. We've got tons of good people, and that's a lot of reason why. If your man would have moved here, he probably would have been okay.
Well, and I told him that. I mean, he wasn't going to get in trouble here. He was going to be okay.
Right.
But there was something about it that just kind of made him pretty uncomfortable.
And I think we got to talk about those things. I don't think that's stuff that we just kind of. That's what this podcast is for us to tell people what we are seeing out in the community, because we're out there. I mean, we see a lot of different angles.
Well, it's a challenging problem because we've had TJ Joy on the podcast. I would put him as sheriff up against anybody as the best daggum sheriff in the freaking country.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody that's going to be better than him. So I don't know if it's getting support around him. I don't know what it is. Better judges. You know, we got to keep bad people in jail.
Yeah.
And that's not politically correct. But look, why does Till or why do my 3 kids not go and keep doing stupid things? Because we appropriately punish them.
Yep.
So why
And
don't
if we didn't, we know what would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tell you what, though, Reeves, the feedback we're getting on this podcast, and I mean, people are really listening and engaging, and it's awesome. I mean, it's been kind of fulfilling for me.
Again, I go back. This was your vision.
No, I think it was
you
yours.
brought me along. We know it's yours, and it's been a fun part of building up Florence and building up what we're doing and being an advocate for the city. So we're going to keep doing it.
Let's start seeing some change. 6 months from now, I want to reference back to this episode and say, man, when y'all really got on that 5 points area, now 5 points is improving.
Yeah.
It looks great. So that's why we got to talk about it. We got to keep it rocking. Izzy, we couldn't do it without you. Let's keep this train rolling, boys.